Good win tonight. It's the next game in conference play. It was good to finish up a good homestand for us. I was proud of our guys because we had been in this position earlier against Eastern Kentucky, and I thought they responded. And I thought the second half showed us when we're sharing the basketball, when we're moving on the offensive end, when we're guarding, when Isaiah pressures the basketball on the defensive end, what we're capable of. And, I screwed them up on the last play, or we probably give up 25 points in the second half. But I was trying to do something there, but it obviously didn't work because they got a layup. But you get 47, almost 50 points in a half, you're doing something right. And we scored off our defense some, which was great, but they executed in the half court and they shared the basketball. So it's a good win, and get tomorrow off, and then we got to get locked in because we got a really, really big road trip this week.
Turnovers, you guys have 11, forced them at 22. Probably the big difference for you.
Yeah, that was the biggest difference. We hadn't forced 22 turnovers since I don't know when, sometime last year, obviously. But it started with Isaiah, really getting up there and heating up Chris Davis. And when Isaiah needs to do that because, we don't have, we lost our ball hawker, on defense. He's not with us, so next guy up. And so Isaiah, it's tough for him to do it for 35, but the second half he sold out to doing it. And then we changed him up, moved him off the ball a little bit to get him a break. But Stacy guard in the second half, Dexter, I was proud of their efforts. Ed, he's flying around, blocking shots. I don't know how they only have him down for one block. I saw at least 3 or 4, I thought. So we may need to get a new stat guy. It's a joke.
What is it about this team that makes it a second-half team?
Well, they got good poise. I think they got good character. And then we got good leadership from Isaiah and Ed. I mean, those are our 2 leaders. They're the ones that've been with this program from straight out of high school and been 4 years with the program. Regardless if it was under Coach Kennedy or myself, it's the same system, philosophy, and belief. So, and they kept their poise, and we'll always do that. We do play well on the road, so that's a positive that this team has played well on the road, and we played well on the road. We've played well on the road, so that's a good thing. But I just think that they'll continue to respond if they continue to do the right things, and we still got a ways to go to max this team out. But I'm pleased with that second half. I thought that was good basketball. They were fun to watch in the second half.
Why can't they be a first-half team?
Well, we were 8 for 30 from the field. I think that we guarded well for about the first 6 or 7 minutes, and we still couldn't score. And I thought some games, the Valpo game, I'll be mad at myself for not. We didn't get good shots. Eastern Kentucky, I don't think we got good shots, so I'll be mad at myself for that. I thought we had good opportunities tonight. We missed layups, a couple open jump shots. Isaiah just wasn't shooting the basketball well in the first half. And that played a big part of it because you can only mentally stay with your defense effort so long until you break because you're just struggling. And then we gave up a couple of easy baskets. But we got to figure out a way to execute better, I think, in the first half. And if we can do that, we can put 2 halves together, we're going to be good. But, our scoring spread around today. Brandon had 11 and 7. He stepped up. Stacy, 13 and 5 rebounds. And then Isaiah and Ed, you just kind of know you're going to get around 20 from Isaiah and, double-double from Ed. But, those other guys stepped up, and that was big. And then Dexter, he doesn't care about scoring, so he's as happy right now as he is if he made 4 threes in the second half.
With Isaiah and Ed in particular, do you see so much confidence with them when they go into the locker room down? Do they even seem worried? Do they kind of just?
Well, yeah, I think Isaiah was a little bit frustrated. I think he got a little bit frustrated because he had a couple turnovers that his turnovers aren't really his turnovers are kind of lackadaisical turnovers and not being strong with the basketball, kind of being loose or not executing things with a hard cut or right way. But I thought Ed was competing really hard in the first half, and I'm not no yeller, so I didn't yell at him. We just talked about a couple things and. Just talked about it really at halftime is, hey, we're in the same situation as Eastern Kentucky, or have we grown up a little bit as a basketball team, and I thought we did.
Your team seems to play better when it's angry.
Yeah, Isaiah was frustrated in the second half, and that was good because that made him start defending. When we're defending at the point, we're a lot better defensively, and we got to figure out a way to continue to do that. And that's why this is a big week. If we can get through this week, we have a bye the following week to where we can rest some guys and get some, the knick-knack injuries, healed up a little bit more, and gives Trez another week to kind of get his body up to speed, because we're going to need him. Because you can see, it's just the experience is our biggest thing. You know what I mean? We just, when you lose those guys, it changes the dynamics of your team. And I thought Eric McCree competed pretty well, but there's so many things, when it's 2, 3, 4 freshmen that are possibly out there instead of 1, maybe 2, but they're never in there all together.
What do you think the biggest key to getting Isaiah more involved defensively without kind of taking away from his offense?
I don't know. I just need to talk to him. He just needs to see the success on tape. I think that, hey, when you play like this, it helps everything. You can be a step late at times defending the perimeter because he can't see, doesn't have good vision. But and then I thought it made him a better offensive player. He was aggressive offensively. He had some good looks offensively. And we're just trying to continue to tinker with the team, but stay with our core from a defensive standpoint. Just get better, and we'll watch the tape and break this down and watch it Monday, and hopefully grow from it.
Got out rebounded by 7. Is that a concern?
Part of that was we missed so many shots in the first half, I think, because when you look at it, now the second half, 12 offensive rebounds, that is, but they only had 3 in the first half, but it was 16 defensive. So that was a big part of the missed shots. But the second half, the only concern is just the offensive rebounds. And, it's Dexter coming off the bench was one, Isaiah, and a couple times around the post. I don't remember Ed or Brandon, but, we got to get that number kind of cut in half. But we had rebounded well for a period, and I've been thinking to myself in practice, though, we have not rebounded as much this past week or so, and we got to get back to – we're going to get back to our core. And so that's just a lot of shell drill, a lot of defensive rebounding, a lot of closeouts, and just stay with that and then just continue to get better executing.
When Yelovich is healthy, he showed tonight, very good Edwardsville team when he's 100%.
Oh, yeah, he's a good player. And what the toughest thing about them is they play really 2-3 men. Jones, Yelovich, and then Messer. Those guys are really, to me, they're really 3 men, and we want to play traditional. And there's sometimes you have to go 4 guards. And Trez is a good matchup, but you could see a couple times the injury hinders him a little bit out there, defending. But, credit Yelovich, though. I mean, he'd made some tough shots, too, catching the pose, facing up, turnaround jump shots. He's a good player, but he's been hurt. They're battling some injuries. They lost one kid to concussion, and then Yelovich is just getting back. But when he plays, they're tough to guard at times with a couple of – you got 2 or 3 tough actions to guard that put your 4-man in some tough positions.
Coach, it looked like there was a couple plays where the guys were up in the air, and instead of taking the shot that was there, they would kick out.
Yeah.
Do you think your team's a little unselfish in certain moments?
Yeah, sometimes. Ed's such a good passer. Ed had a layup, and he kicked it to Jeff Moss, and then Moss shot an air ball. And I don't care about the air ball, but it was just, man, we had a layup. And I think Stacy got hung up in the air one time. I think Isaiah got hung up in the air. We're preaching extra pass, but sometimes once you get in there, you gotta go up there and finish. And I think Ed knows that, but they'll get better in that situation. I mean, Ed was good. He was. I thought he stayed. He hung in there all night and competed well. And we've got to get the basketball in there to him, and figure out different ways. And we're slowly doing that.